Hey, I noticed that there's a few things on Facebook or Instagram or social media generally now about gym owners banning tripods in gyms.
Yeah,
Have you seen that?
I've
What
seen
are
a
your
bunch of
thoughts?
it. Yeah. Look, I let me give. I think it's going to sound like a long-winded, slightly political answer, but it is, I think, definitely the right answer. I think there's a lot of merit to filming your own sets for the purpose of actually giving yourself feedback and looking at technique or providing it to a coach. I think there's a lot of people that film a lot of junk sets just for the purpose of trying to get a couple of likes online, and that sort of wastes everyone's time. I don't think in any way is banning filming a good option. I do think banning options on how people are filming does make sense purely as a safety kind of thing. I
Mm,
mean, that tripod takes up a bunch of room. And I mean, like, I train by myself and there's very few people who have to worry about, who's going where, but there's still limited space. So once I pop up a tripod to put my camera on, it is taking up space.
the,
It's getting in the way and,
mm,
constantly moving it backwards and forwards. I can see why a lot of people would because it takes up a bunch of space, becomes a tripping hazard. It's once again, it's a public, especially at a public gym. It's everyone's gym, not just
yep.
one person's. And I think when there's plenty of other options, like some of your mini tripods or little mounts you can get to screw onto the side of a rack and things like that, there's so many other ways to set it up without taking up a bunch of other people's spaces. You don't need 20 people going through a gym with a tripod. I remember the muscle pit. It had a tripod. It's like you wait for your turn to use the tripod. No one's bringing in seven different ones. I thought that was a good move. I know that's not going to work at your bigger box gyms, but
Mm,
yeah, for the matter of safety, I do get it.
yeah, I have no opinion really, one way or another. I find it amusing that it's an issue. Like just thinking, going back to when we both started, going, do you if we were asked 20 years ago, do you ever think tripods in gyms will be an issue? We just go, no. Why? How would it ever become an issue? Um, it's just bizarre. Like I find it completely bizarre when I come at it from that
Yeah,
perspective.
once again, back to what I was sort of saying. Taking a tripod to a very specialist gym, I totally understood. That's why there's videos of your Eastern Bloc throwers, and doing their
Yeah,
training from the 50s and onwards because someone took a tripod and a camera into that gym to film it. But there's
yeah.
very
It's not
limited
new. It's not new, is it?
no, but there's very limited footage of some guy finishing his office shift and in 1970 and then rocking up to the nearest Planet Fitness to jump on the treadmill for 20 minutes and do some cable curls. Like that's where it's becoming bizarre.
Maybe that's what I'm doing wrong in training. I need to film my cardio. Uh,
That's what you got to
that would be
do.
that would be riveting viewing.
I
Just
think
me on an assault bike for an hour.
I think you might be able to challenge a Jay Cutler back workout video for most bland exercise video of
Right?
all time.
Yeah, I love that in equal measures. I love that people post training videos, and it annoys me.
Oh yeah,
And I think people should be free to do that as much as they want, but it's not like I don't think it's ever one note. But I also realize that I can scroll past any of it,
oh,
or I can
100%.
not, or I can not follow people that all they do is post training videos. Um, I think there's like it's got to be a bit both ways. Like if people just stopped watching, less people would post it.
Oh
But
yeah,
we're watching because I think we're interested in what other people are doing. I think humans are voyeurs, fair to say, and so we do enjoy watching a random some random guy in the UK do a bench press. Cool, you did a bench press, way to go, man. Um, so
yeah,
yeah, I think there's a call for it, and then we go, yeah, but you can't have the equipment you need to do that. Yeah, well, we're artificially creating a demand for this stuff, and then saying no, you can't do it. So what's
yeah.
the answer?
Look, if it's, I would always, I mean, this is my promoter hat staying on. I'm all for freedom as long as you can manage the liability. Like, and I think I sort of take this philosophy into anything.
Hmm.
Personally, I think I don't care what anyone does as long as what they're doing doesn't hurt someone else in the process. So I mean, I'm all good for you to set up whatever equipment you need to film, your 3 sets of cable flies if you have to, till it starts getting in my way and the next lady over's way and the guy after that's way, and we're all having to alter what we're doing based on the fact that you chucked a bunch of junk in our way. Like if you can do it without bothering anyone else, go for your life. Doesn't bother me. But as soon as my safety or my ability to use the space is impacted, then I feel like there's an issue that needs to be addressed.
Yeah.
Which, like I said,
Okay.
being very
Yeah.
political is kind of
Definitely.
answering nothing. But like, I would rather be on the side of freedom and say, hey, let everyone do what they want to do. But I don't think you can do that without
Hmm.
making it unfair for other people. So